This is your Peace News for Wednesday, July 17th, 2013. Silver's trading at $20 per ounce. Bitcoin's trading at $98 per Bitcoin. This episode brought to you in part by blockchain.info. Eric Kane reports for Forbes, drug warriors often contend that drug use would skyrocket if we were to legalize or decriminalize drugs in the United States. Fortunately, we have a real-world example of the actual effects of ending the violent, expensive war on drugs and replacing it with a system of treatment for problem users and addicts. 10 years ago, Portugal decriminalized all drugs. 1 decade after this unprecedented experiment, and drug abuse is down by half. Health experts in Portugal said Friday that Portugal's decision 10 years ago to decriminalize drug use and treat addicts rather than punishing them is an experiment that has worked. This development can not only be attributed to decriminalization, but to a confluence of treatment and risk reduction policies. Many of these innovative treatment procedures would not have emerged if addicts had continued to be arrested and locked up, rather than treated by medical experts and psychologists. Currently, 40,000 people in Portugal are being treated for drug abuse. This is a far cheaper, far more humane way to tackle the problem. Rather than locking up 100,000 criminals, the Portuguese are working to cure 40,000 patients and fine-tuning a whole new canon of drug treatment knowledge at the same time. None of this is possible when waging a war. The war on drugs is connected to the US dollar. Stop using it. Learn about Bitcoin at weusecoins.com. The rate of global Bitcoin adoption has slowed dramatically since peaking in April, but a number of standout locales are bucking the trend and seeing surges of enthusiasm. Last month, China had a major increase in adoption, but a new outlier has since arisen: Argentina. Between June and July, the South American nation's share of global Bitcoin downloads more than doubled, from just over 1% to nearly 3%. In fact, of the countries ranking in the top 50 most Bitcoin client downloads in June, Argentina is the only one to increase its rate of download so far this month. In a story familiar to any Bitcoin enthusiast, the digital currency is being sought after for 2 key reasons: debasement of national fiat, and increasing capital controls. Inflation has been a significant problem for Argentina for years, but has come to the forefront after a series of public events highlighted just how bad the problem has become. Avoid inflation by trading in alternative currencies like Bitcoin. More at weusecoins.com. But what can you buy with Bitcoin? Literally millions of things, and now among them, legal representation. On July 1st, law firm Nazanoff and Miltenberg LLP took the step to provide the option for payment in Bitcoin. The Bitcoin currency is not a new concept to this Manhattan-based full-service commercial law firm, as Nazanoff and Miltenberg LLP, otherwise known as NNM, provides legal services for Bitcoin-related businesses. NNM finally made the significant step of providing clients an opportunity to pay for services with Bitcoin through BitPay Inc., the lead Bitcoin payment processing company. Kudos, NNM. Secure your Bitcoins in the free online wallet at blockchain.info. Kurt Radia reports for ABC News. Fugitive NSA leaker Edward Snowden yesterday applied for asylum in Russia and, as a condition, agreed to stop harming the U.S., according to a Russian lawyer who's advising him. But that doesn't necessarily mean headline-grabbing stories about the U.S. government's vast foreign and domestic spying programs will stop. Putin has said that Snowden can stay in Russia, but only if he stops harming the United States by releasing more intelligence secrets. Speaking with Russia's Interfax news agency, Kukurina said that he asked if Snowden would, quote, abide by the conditions imposed by Putin, and said that Snowden replied, "I will fulfill his condition." But while Snowden agreed to stop leaking secrets, it could prove a technicality, since he's already said that he gave all of his classified information, thousands of documents, to several journalists. The most prominent of which, The Guardian columnist Glenn Greenwald, told ABC News Friday that he's not even half done with the stories he plans to write based on the secret information. Support for Peace News Now comes from weusecoins.com and from listeners like you. You can feed the Peace Machine Bitcoins at peacenewsnow.com/donate. For Peace News Now, I'm Derek J, reminding you that peace is the way.